Snotgirl is a new comic from the creators of Scott Pilgrim. This follows the life of a young female fashion blogger in LA. The premise of the comic is one of following her day-to-day life, but it also has a dark undertone. This is what makes the comic book series enjoyable and interesting. If it was just a normal day-to-day life story, it wouldn't be half as interesting and probably wouldn't be successful at all. What's layered into this is a sort of psychological mystery, I suppose, the best way to call it. I don't know yet because the story hasn't come, full circle to find out what the ending is. But you have this situation where she meets another young up-and-coming blogger who she thinks is much more attractive than her and better at putting outfits together than her, and that they go out on a night out in town, and she suffers an accident which she considers is fatal, and she thinks that she's responsible in part for killing this young blogger. Then later on, the blogger turns up, and you're not sure if it's a figment of her imagination, if this blogger has something against her, if she's going to reveal what happened that night. A lot of it's unsaid, and in the background there's a sort of subplot involving a police officer who's obsessed with her, and you're not sure if he's obsessed with her because he's a fan of her fashion blog, or because he's just getting inside the mystery and what happened to this girl. You find that she's got lots of insecurities, and she has issues with all of her so-called friends. And I say so-called friends because she thinks they're all out to get her in one way or another, whether it's stealing her ideas, undermining her, stealing her boyfriends, or copying her. And this culminates in her pushing one girl off a ledge at the end of the first volume's issues. I say volume because I got this as a trade rather than single issues. It's interesting and it's different. The artwork throughout is consistent and good and clear, and makes you feel that it's got this upbeat atmosphere whilst it's still layering in this dark undertone. I mean, there's an encounter with a very seedy doctor, and I don't know if this is indicative of the culture in Los Angeles. This might well be a commentary on that, but it certainly makes you feel that these people's lives that are made out on Instagram to be so perfect aren't as such. Yeah, definitely worth reading if you're interested in fashion or sort of Instagram lifestyle, or you just want to see what the people who made Scott Pilgrim have gone on to do, because there is this sort of superficial top layer, and then you read it and you think about it, and the more and more you think about it, you think, well, actually this is quite deeply written and layered. So yeah, very interesting read, Snotgirl. Oh, and she's called Snotgirl because she has allergies that cause her to have her nose run, and obviously when people start making fun of her because of that, she gets the nickname Snotty, which obviously a young lady doesn't like to have the nickname Snotty when she's trying to talk to boys or just in general. So that's quite nice and funny and makes me laugh as well.